Welcome to the map Forts of Eisen in BFME1 repatch 2.22 for an epic video commentary between good and evil, just like in the films. You have the yellow Gondor player, Swago, versus the white Mordor player, Stony. So it's a good against evil, trolls versus soldiers, Faramir against the Nazgul, and of course, Gandalf versus the Witch King. Orc pit opening for Mordor. He's going to capture a lumber mill, use this worker to scout, and going to move up to the top right corner to capture the settlement number 2. In the meantime, soldiers are coming through the middle side, which is, something you don't see very often. And it's not as good as going to the top side, and I will explain you guys why. Because when you come through the middle, the orc pit from the castle is going to reinforce this area way sooner. Because all they need to do is get out from the orc pit and move to the side. But when you come from the top side, they need to walk all the way up to the top side, which will give you more time. But first of all, let's focus on the battle between orcs and soldiers. They're taking lots of damage, and that's a pre-active Elven Wood, which Mordor, for whatever reason, he already chose to pick the Eye of Sauron. It means he cannot cover this, and Eye of Sauron is kind of becoming meaningless, because if you use it, it won't affect your orcs, as the Elven Wood is preventing you from getting any bonuses. But he used the Elven Wood way too late and already took a heavy damage. He's trying to stall and keep the orcs busy. That's what he's supposed to do. If you can do this, you can kind of prevent him from creeping, from destroying your farms, and it's gonna give you the time to build up the stable. So the eco from Mordor is remaining untouched. Orc pit, slaughterhouse, 2 lumber mills outside. That's gonna be the slaughterhouse number 2. And now the Haradrim palace for the first Haradrim, which will be helpful for creeping. And the Hobbit is coming also from the bottom side. So I like the scout though. I like the scout a lot. The Hobbit is gonna make it to this area. The Haradrims need to be careful. They are super weak against heroes, even against the Hobbit. His rock throw can two-shot them. That's why you wanna avoid them. So it's gonna go to the bottom side. That's gonna be the potential creep number 1. And the mission of this Peregrine Took is to kill some of the workers from Mordor to kinda at least hurt his eco a little bit. So creep number 1, and with the Haradrim number 2, he can even move to the creep number 2. So the stable fully built up. The first Knight of Gondor is almost out very soon. And the mission of this Knight of Gondor will be to destroy the enemy lumber mills outside as soon as possible. That's super important. Hobbit was also able to get cloaked, but the Eye of Sauron is coming. I see you. You are not gonna be hiding anymore. Peregrine Took is running though. Maybe we can make it out alive. Super good. I like the opening from Gondor because it's super difficult for Gondor to destroy the enemy lumber mills. But you was at least able to stop him from advancing. And also from destroying your own farms. So the creep has been totally destroyed, fully destroyed. And it looks like you will move to the creep number 2. There are 2 Haradrims and 3 orc warriors coming. So it's gonna be super difficult to stop this, even if you send one of your knights to the bottom side. The Elven Wood is on cooldown, and the Hobbit is going to do a good job over here. So he's going to get to the settlement and use the Elven Cloak. Remember, without the Eye of Sauron, you cannot you cannot discloak him. You cannot reveal him. So this settlement is going to be blocked for a very long time. The Knights of Gondor took heavy damage because they trampled into the Haradrims. Gondor is going to try to fight for this, but he needs to be careful. The knight's already heavily damaged. Land into the potential trample. He wants to fight for this outpost no matter what. He knows that the Mordor player... Oh, they still get killed actually. He knows that Mordor player just used the Tainted Land recently, and he has not the chance to cover this. Full base for Mordor is super good. Haradrim Palace level 2 for the Rune Soldiers to counter the enemy Knights of Gondor. Peregrine Took is moving to this area to see what's up. And that's gonna be the creep also for Gondor. So 2 creeps for Gondor so far. But he lost the Knight of Gondor to the creep actually. That's unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. That will cost you so much momentum. So 2 creeps for Gondor and 2 creeps for Mordor. 2 more creeps are remaining on the map for Forts of Eisen. Need to be careful with these boys over here. Eye of Sauron was used, but it's not gonna be enough to finish off the Knights of Gondor. That's pretty good. So the money has been taken. There is still one part of the treasure lying on the ground. And he needs to get another knight on the field as soon as possible. There's still one empty spot in the base, but he has not the resources to fill this. And it's going to be 2 counters to the Knights of Gondor. We will see both the units from Mordor to counter the enemy cavalry, talking about the soldiers of Rune and also the mountain trolls from the troll cage. So how you stop this? That's one of the answers. So this boy is good versus both the counters to the knights. So you can kill with this guy the Rune soldiers, but also the trolls. In a one-on-one situation, no troll will ever be able to kill him, even if he has max out leadership. Not because he can out-damage the troll, but it's because he can disable the troll by knocking him down on the ground over and over again. But first of all, he's going to creep this. That's going to bring him to level 4. It's pretty good. Mordor discovering Gondor to creep this, but I don't think he has what it takes to stop him. The knights are aware of the troll cage, so the troll number 2 already on the field. That's gonna keep Mordor a bit broke down, because when you wanna pump out Soldier of Rune and Trolls simultaneously, you won't have the resources to save up for the Nazgul or the Witch King. So the good thing for Gondor is that he doesn't need to be worried about a potential flying hero, at least anytime soon. The runes are here. So the Gondor Knights are jiggling, because they wanna wait for the Boromir to arrive. Now Boromir is here, and as you can see, all it takes is 2 hits to finish of those Rune soldiers. And also Boromir is faster compared to them, so running away is not an option. You can always close the distance, and Faramir is gonna be yet another hero that counters both the trolls and the runes. Rune's biggest weakness are heroes, and also from trolls it's the same situation. So archer range is gonna be built up. He's not gonna try to save up for Gandalf because he doesn't have the money to do that. He needs to play for a short-term solution and can't really rely on a long-term solution. He's gonna struggle to keep the map control. Faramir is gonna get dismounted to shoot those runes down. But Faramir, unlike his brother, is not that fast, so... And Faramir needs like 3 shots to kill the runes if they are not in the formation. That's gonna be changed if they ever use the Porcupine formation, which will give them a significant armor boost. Farah is gonna get on the horse and manage to get away. Now what you could do here is send Boromir to the bottom side. So even 2 trolls you can fight against them with your Boromir, because you can keep knocking them down one by one. So first you knock the one guy down, then you switch the target and knock the second guy down. Oh my god, big trouble. But never mind, he's gonna go for the Great Company. That's gonna be a warning arrow usage, but it's not gonna be enough to finish him off. Now this troll has no tree in his hand, so you can always eat the orc and get back to full HP, and I will show you how it looks like. If you wonder the red animation around him, it's because of the slow of Boromir. Boromir's warning arrow is able to slow him. And this troll is hungry, boys. Okay, back to full HP. The Great Company summon didn't really do a lot. The level 5 knight has to get away. The outpost control taken by Mordor. Haradrim's placed on top of the outpost, 2 furnaces and an orc pit for even more pressure. The Haradrim's the runes will get killed by this Great Company, but without upgrades, those knights cannot really commit to the outpost. Unless you send Boromir in first. Boromir, by the way, is already level 6. So what you want to do now, at this point of the time, is you want to get outpost control yourself. With your fire upgraded rangers, you can kind of build a statue, put rangers inside the Citta, and your outpost will be super difficult to be taken down. He needs a lot of army to commit to the outpost. If you ask me about the current situation of the game, I would say it's like 50-50. The game is looking pretty even in my book. We will get the chance to see more Soldier of Rune. Troll Cage level 2 for the Drummer Troll. Mordor's eco is looking pretty good. With 4 power points, he has also the potential to go for the Devastation. But it looks like you want to go for the Outpost control number 2, potentially. Which would be not a bad choice, because the outpost is really far away, and you can at least protect it for a little bit. You don't want to shoot with your archers on, on this thing. Faramir is level 4. Boromir is a good hero when it comes to fight against the Citta. The Citta is gonna go down. Remember, he gives also 60% damage leadership. The Haradrims cannot switch the target, so when they start shooting, they will start shooting the target until the target dies or gets out of the range. They're not working the same way like normal archers do on the Citta. And Borrow plus Statue leadership is still super scary. We are talking about 75% damage leadership from the Statue and 60% damage leadership from Boromir. And when he's level 7, he will also unlock the For Gondor ability for additional 40% damage. So this hero all alone can grant you 100% damage leadership, at least for a short duration. Outpost control, that's going to be potentially the outpost control from him. And Gondor is kind of scared of a potential commitment of Mordor, and he's trying to be prepared for this. Building up statues and wells, actually 2 statues, because he's scared of what's about to come. And he should be scared too, because statues are buildings you don't want to build when it's too late. When the trolls, when you already see trolls here popping up, then your statue won't be built up in time. So you want to build those buildings before you need them, like a prediction about a potential future. And plenty of trolls. We see 6 trolls in total. He pumps out more trolls and more drummer troll, and not trying to save up for the Witch King. Borrow is doing a good job though. Plenty of runes. There comes the Horn of Gondor. The red animation, we have also changed the Horn of Gondor. It will make the enemy units move their movement speed for 10 seconds. Okay, now Boromir might be in trouble. That's a big army of trolls. Fully committed. The trolls with their trees in their hands, they cannot really catch him. But the trolls without trees could potentially chase him. Level 7 Boromir. Now we are talking the For Gondor ability. Unfortunately, the whole battalion of knights are taken down. There comes the Roar ability for the speed boost. And Faramir and the archers are trying to get away. I will be used for power up. Faramir is getting big trouble and is gonna go down. In return, he will be able to finish off 2 trolls only. I think it's a good trade for Mordor regardless, because he has more map control compared to his opponent, which means he has greater resource income. And if you trade resources for resources, but you have more resource income than your opponent, you will always come ahead from this trade. And remember, he has like 3 buildings, 4 buildings inside the base which don't give him any resources. He needs to revive his Faramir, who was only level 4, but he's an important hero and he's level 5. He's not only gonna give you armor leadership, but also gives you resistances to fear, which is also super important against the Roar ability from the Drummer Troll. Later on, there is gonna be potentially a Witch King, who has also a Screech ability. Oof, the darkness has been used now. Now he's in big trouble. Boromir is also not even around, so he's missing all the damage leadership. But good micro here. Level 1. And the troll is moonwalking, kind of getting bugged, but there are more trolls coming from everywhere, from behind, from front, to sandwich the army of Gondor in every possible way. The Grey Company is gone. Boromir, the last man standing, will get knocked on the ground, and there is no escape. Boromir is gonna go down, the lonely warrior from Gondor. Remember, he demolished the stable before, so he has not many knights on the field. I see 1 knight over here, level 5, and that's it, if I'm not mistaken. Outpost control. He has normal archers inside the outpost. He knows he needs to revive Boromir no matter what, who is even much more important compared to his brother Faramir. He's gonna make it to the outpost, and you know, Mordor doesn't want to commit to the outpost without a drummer coming along with the trolls. Drummer leadership is a must-have, so you don't want to miss it on. Double hit. Beautiful rock throw from those trolls. The statue getting insta-burst. And the Zita is going to follow up right after. So that's going to be the outpost from Gondor down. And if you don't demolish those valuable buildings like statue and well, you will also feed a lot of power points to your opponent. So, and look this. They got from level 1 to level 3.5. It's very difficult in the late game to fight against Mordor for any faction, but for example for Rohan it's a bit easier because you have the mobility advantage, you can hit and run, you can decide which fight to take, but that's something you can't do with regular archers, because trolls are gonna outrun your archers. So on an open battlefield, you need to commit to the fight. You can try to micro, but you cannot really just run away, because trolls will catch you in long terms. You also see a Witch King on the field. He's flying to finish off those Knights of Gondor. Level 7, that's the only remaining knight, and they have no heavy armor. The shields don't do anything against the Witch King. Only the armor will kind of I mean, he will always kill one of them, regardless about how much leadership you got. He's gonna always pick one of the targets and drop him down on the ground right after. And this target is gonna always go down. But with armor, you can reduce the splash damage at least. So the other targets which are getting hit by the Witch King will not take as much damage. Double outpost control for Mordor. The Age of Men is, you know, truly about to be over. And the Age of Orcs will come. Troll Kitch level 3, Haradrim Palace level 3. Everything is going to be ultra strong now. The base of Mordor is becoming super durable too, as everything is about to be level 3, including the Orc Pit. For crazy fast production speed of the Orcs for 15 seconds only. Ooh, the Eagles are coming though, that's very good. Eagles have no counter to this at all. Like, I don't know if of committing to the Witch King, if it's the right call or not, I can't tell. I think you want to kill as many trolls as you potentially can. That's what you want to do, because they are the most expensive one. This guy's already combos. Watch the Eagles getting bursted down in a second. He actually finished off three trolls regardless, but it's a 6 power point investment. And you have seen how powerful these Mordor combos are. If you cover your mouse over the combo, you will see the combo bonus. You will get 20% armor bonus and 10% damage bonus. Additional to the Eye of Sauron damage leadership and the drummers armor and damage and combat experience leadership. So all in all, that's a lot of magic. I mean, that's a lot of damage, armor and combat experience boost. Witch King is coming to finish off those knights level 2. But there is a potential backup. So Faramir is almost level 5 too. That's pretty good. But what you want to have is Gandalf. When I go for a trample, beautiful land trample, will get insta covered, but the initial trample dealt a lot of damage and almost fully finished one of the 2 combos from Mordor. That's pretty good. And the knights were also able to get away. So they might go for a beast treat. If I take a look into the current army of Mordor, it's not looking too big. There's only 2 trolls, and these 2 trolls will not be able to break the gate super quickly. I mean, they have triple leadership, right? So they have Darkness, which is about to be available. It's available now. Drummer and Witch King. So these trolls will become superheroes. Okay, let's talk about the potential outcome of this base trade, okay? Who would come ahead if they would decide to trade bases? So this army doesn't go back to the defense, and this army doesn't get back to defend himself. They will both push forward. Who will come ahead out of this? So I low-key think that Mordor would come ahead. Oh, what a fine hit. There comes the ability. The Screech will mess up everything though. They are only level 2, some of them. Witch King has taken a lot of damage, but they were clumped. And Witch King has splash damage. Darkness has been used. Faramir and Boromir might be in trouble. Faramir is gonna get knocked down on the ground and get killed instantly. Now it's time for the Boromir to die. Will the Captain of Gondor be able to get away? There is no outpost he can get back to. The troll will get, you know, back on his feet and keep chasing down this dude. The Roar ability will be used for the movement speed boost. The trolls are glowing, shining, bright like a diamond. But the Boromir was already able to get away from a long distance. Sending those ranges one by one is not a good thing. Okay. I mean, Gondor is fighting, but it feels like an unfair boxing fight to me, you know? It's like a world champion fighting against an amateur in the ring. Because Mordor has just much more to offer compared to Gondor. And still level 4, that's super unfortunate, you know? Him being level 5 there would potentially mean the death of Witch King. And if this guy is not around, then also Gandalf can give you resistances to fear. There are always 2, up to 3 ways for each faction to become immune to fear. For example, if you talk about Isengard, it's Saruman and Palantir. If you talk about Mordor, it's Eye of Sauron, because Mordor doesn't really need much more. But you have also Gothmog, can grant you this. And for Rohan, it's Theoden King, for example, Legolas for the elves, statue, and Gimli. It's very hard to fight for the map control against the Witch King too. Whenever you will send an isolated Knight of Gondor to any place of the map to, you know, for harassment and for the map control, the Witch King will be on the hunt. He will hunt you down. And he will prevent you from achieving your goal to dominate the map. And these Rangers, they cost a lot of resources and also command points. They cost 25 command points each. So you can only get like 9 of them in total. PowerPoint wise, we have 15, almost 16 PowerPoints already for Stony, the Mordor player. Rangers are doing a good job though. They actually do a lot of damage. Because Darkness was on cooldown, so they had only the Witch King and the Drummer Troll, which is still 100% armor leadership. And it's only one Ranger. And we hear another Nazgul coming too. Gondor has 6 power points collected, so he's far away from his EOD. But without map control, it's super difficult to win the game. Because, you know, your enemy has double outpost control. Oh, beautiful shot from Faramir, the one arrow. Amazingly done. Beautiful. Okay, nice. One drum down, but now that's a very tricky part. When you stand and fight, the trolls will commit to you. If you run, the Nazgûls and the Witch King will crash you down. You will save only one of the Ranger battalions. One of them has been totally destroyed. But the Eagles will, for the second time, be able to crash down the trolls. And far more power points for Gondor player. That's pretty good. And he's back to the combos already, so he knows when he wants to commit chasing, the combos, 2 of them with Drummer plus Witch King plus Eye of Sauron will be able to burst him down. 7 power points collected in total now for Gondor. 3 away from the Balrog, and 3 away from the EOD, and 4 away for Stony, the Mordor player, from his own Balrog. And Balrog, if your enemy has no outpost control, can be the game-winning move. The Eagles' time will be over very soon. They don't have much time on the field. I'm gonna show you the time duration. It's only 1 minute and 10 seconds. So super OP power, you know, the best summon in the game after the EOD and Balrog. But of course only a limited amount of duration, otherwise it would just like have no downsides whatsoever. We see the Mordor airlines taking down the map control. Gondor is becoming into the ultimate defensive faction. And now we have the situation of the ultimate offense of Mordor with sheer strength of leadership, bunch of monsters, like in the films, against the ultimate defense of the White Tree, just like in the films. And just like in the films, the Nazgûs are committing and farming power points. Around the statue, they will also become fear immunity, but it's super difficult to fight against 3 flying creatures. The commitment, bunch of trolls. Darkness has been used for the 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken, in this game. He wants to use the momentum because he knows that Eagles are on cooldown. That's your time to shine. You don't want to stall until Eagles are back up. I like the way that Mordor is kind of trying to force his own way of... Oh my god. The trolls finished off the rings on top of the wall too. Witch King super low, but unfortunately not gonna go down. Faramir. Faramir is not able to show his quality in this game. This Nazgûl might go down actually. Finally, one of the Nazgûl is gonna go down. That's good. Almost Balrog unbeatable for Mordor and almost EOD unbeatable for Gondor. The ultimate powers are able to, are helpful for you to finish off the game, true. But they cannot win you the game solo. So in this situation, Balrog, you summon him, you go inside, you reinforce the Balrog with your Nazgûs and Witch King, and you win. But if Gondor use EOD, what is he gonna do with it? Absolutely nothing. What happened? Okay, so he was canceling it. Beautiful shot with the ignited whip, which also deals bonus damage to the buildings. And the next Breath Fire should be able to get the job done. Okay, one building remaining. Yes, AOD. Nazgul is coming, but AOD cannot be used against Nazgul. Nazgul is very, very strong. The Screech won't affect them because they are level 3. Nazgul is gonna go down to the Rangers though. AOD will be summoned. Gondor has not even the resources to rebuild his base. I mean, to rebuild the Sita for 1200. Because he has only 1 farm, 2 farms outside, and 0 farms inside. So this is the definition of being broke. And I like this ability though. Like the roar for the speed boost, and the trolls can run away from the EOD. That's so good. I like it. And against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory. As you have seen, the perfect proof is in this game. And I like that we have seen everything what Mordor has to offer beside the Mumakirs and the catapults. But it's the perfect proof that you can also break and finish off the camper, who is, you know, kind of isolating himself in his own castle with archers without the need of the siege weapons like Mordor catapults, for example. All you need are those big boys, bad boys. And if there would be no eagles, you don't even need the combos. All you need are these trolls. And if they are bored, you will even punch each other. All you need are orcs for the map control. Level 10 knight. And he never managed to get the blades nor the armor. Oh, the eagles are coming though. It's gonna be a great company summon. The eagles gonna go down to the combos super quickly. Look, only a few archers remaining, but their damage is still illegal. They deal so much damage to these eagles. Beautiful hit. A nice heal actually. Boromir in big trouble. The defender of the White City. There comes the big payback, and he knows he cannot win this, and that's gonna be the end of the game. GG, well played. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a like to this video. See you next time. Until then, take care of yourself. Keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.